Is it true that guys are no longer approaching women in public any longer? I never have. I have too much anxiety about coming off as creepy or just making women uncomfortable. Why am I being downvoted? 29 male. I used to in my earlier and mid-20s, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Never had any expectations or anything. Most times I'd go pretty quickly for the number if it felt right. Sometimes I'd just tell them they're beautiful and move on. Either way, it was a positive experience. I've been single about 6 months now, and done a few cold approaches since then, and almost all of them have been met with hard nos or outright hostility. I know I'm not ugly, I know I'm not weird or awkward. But between that and how quickly people throw each other away nowadays after romance, it just doesn't seem worth it to me anymore, honestly. No, they still approach you. But I notice if you're with friends or something BS alone that less men come up to you and will just check you out. I have seen men approach women and hit on them. Not everything you see on YouTube and social media is real. Personally, I don't approach in women public. I never did so in the first place. It's not worth it nowadays anyway. I'm not. I met and approached my GF in public 10-ish months ago, so IDK lol. Yes, most guys have stopped approaching over the last 5 years or so, particularly younger men. One of my friends works at a community college and she's noticed this too. The guys now hold court, and women approach them. Guys have almost entirely stopped approaching, and flirting in general is subdued. The tiny number of guys like myself who still approach are appreciated very much, as it's so rare these days. Some guys who base their sense of reality off of what they read online are no longer approaching women. Go to the bars and clubs and people watch. It's no different. I mean, bro, you need to have something to discuss. You don't just come up to someone and say, "I want to go on a date, I know nothing about you." A certain type of guy will. Whether you want that type of guy is up to you. Personally, I would never walk up to someone at a grocery store or whatever and ask her out. For all I know, she has a boyfriend, etc., etc. I do have hobbies that have a lot of female participants. I make friends with almost all of them, and thus have a decent idea of who is single and who isn't. I'll occasionally ask a girl out that I have a good vibe with there, but it's also a small community and I worry about wearing out my welcome if I date the wrong person there and it doesn't work out. So I usually don't pee where I play, so to speak. That mostly leaves online dating and speed dating events for me. So no, I don't approach strangers in public. Yes, I do make female friends at hobbies and occasionally ask them out, though I don't overdo it for fear of wearing out my welcome in the hobby where everybody knows everybody. I'm so confused. If men don't approach women in public but also don't use dating apps, what are you doing? Staying single? Men still approach women in the Midwest USA. Yes, porn is easier to access than ever, so men have less drive to invest in real women, risk rejection, hurt feelings, etc. One of many ways porn ruins society. We have a loneliness epidemic because people lack the drive to connect. Social media and porn are the opiate of the masses now. This crying about rejection is just the worst thing that could happen. Imagine how hard I'm going to weep when I get home. It's just embarrassing. You're going to get rejected in dating, especially as a guy. There's no avoiding that. No matter how much weaponized therapy talk you use. Sack up. Can you really blame them? It seems elegance has gone, so they don't like what they see and has been replaced with a display of bad attitude, so they don't like how they are spoken to or treated. Yes, it is for the best. I was getting real sick of creeps trying to talk to me. I can only speak from personal experience, and I have stopped doing it. I'm just too ugly and don't want to make people uncomfortable.